Good morning, mathematicians. Who's ready to level up to a sergeant in equation boot camp today? I hope you're ready. So for these first three, notice that the directions say simplify the expressions, not equations. So if we look at 1, 2, and 3, there aren't any equal signs in them. That's because they are expressions. They aren't equations. We can't solve expressions, we can only simplify them. So simplifying expressions is really good help and practice for when we are solving more complex equations like what we are doing today. When we are solving simplifying expressions, we are combining like terms. So in number 1 here, I have a k term, another k term. I have a constant and another constant. So I'm going to combine the like terms or the same type of term together. 3k minus 9k would give me 6k, and 7 plus 8 would be a positive 15. And that's as far as we can go. Because it's not set equal to anything, we cannot figure out what k is. All right, let's go through a couple of solving. All right, on the left-hand side, I have two b terms that I can combine together. So I have 3b and negative 5b. Well, 3b plus a negative 5b would be a negative 2b plus 8 equals 12. Now to get that negative 2b by itself, I need to get rid of the 8. So am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide by 8? Right, subtract 8. And 12 minus 8 would be 4. Next, I need to get b by itself. So am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide negative 2? Right, we're going to divide by negative 2. And what is the solution to this equation? Negative 2. All right, let's take a look at number 7. Now, number 7 has those scary fractions in it. What we need to do is we need to find a least common denominator. So we need to find something that they all can multiply into. Now, 8 and 5 can multiply both into 40. And does 20 multiply into 40? Yes, it does. So what we have to ask ourselves is, what do we need to multiply these numbers by to equal 40? So what would we have to multiply 8 by for the denominator to equal 40? I hope you said 5. So when we create equivalent fractions, we have to multiply the top and the bottom by the same value. So 3 times 5 would be what? 15. So that's our new fraction there. Take 3/5. And what would you have to multiply 5 by to equal 40? 8. So that means we have to multiply that fraction by 8 over 8. 8 times 3 would be what? And what would we have to multiply 20 by to equal 40? Right, 2. So we have to multiply that fraction by 2 over 2. 7 times 2 would be 14. And then one more fraction that we have to convert. And 8 times what would equal 40? 5. 5 times 5 would be 25. All right, I'm going to rewrite this equation with our new fractions. down here at the bottom. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the original one. 24/40 plus 14/40 equals 25/40. All right, so we're going to combine our like terms together. So we still have 15/40 x. Negative 24/40 plus 14/40 would be negative 10/40 equals 25/40. Then I'm going to add 10/40. So I have 15/40 x equals 25/40 plus 30/40. Or plus 10/40 would be 35/40. When I have that fraction coefficient, I'm going to flip and multiply. And look, the 40s cancel out. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 5 goes into 35 7 times. So we have 7/3. So notice that the process is still the same. It just kind of gets a little complicated with the fractions. But you can do it. I know you can. All right, let's do one more together. Let's look at number 8. No, let's look at number 12. Let's do number 12. All right, so on the left-hand side, I just have a number 12, so I can't simplify that any further. But on the right-hand side, I have multiple sets of like terms. I have a 10y, 2y, and then a constant of 3 and a constant of -9. So what would 10y plus 2y be? 12y. What's 3 plus a -9? -6. My next step is to move the 6. Am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Add 6. And we get 18y, or sorry, 18 equals 12y. Next, I need to do something with the 12. Am I going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Divide. Now, 12 does not go into 18 evenly, but we can simplify it. And 3 goes into both of them. So 3 goes into 12 4 times, and 3 goes into 18 6. And looks like we can multiply it even further. 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 2 goes into 4 2 times. So our answer would be 3/2. All right, once you've watched this video, you can explore an additional resource, and then when you feel ready for the practice test, take the practice test. When you finish that, go over the answers that are marked incorrect, and then prepare yourself for that mastery test. Happy mathing!